And why did they? I'm so sorry, Rosa Maria, but why did they say they pulled you over?
I was not cited for anything. I was told that perhaps, I assumed, why would I be pulled over? Perhaps speeding. I was going with the flow of traffic. And they never cited me. And on the Facebook.com/Justice for Dunkin, spelled like Dunkin' Donuts, Dunkin, you can see the photographs of the incredible bruising on both my wrists.
All right, we're gonna put it up. We're gonna put it up. But say that again. Justice for Dunkin.
Yes,
and that's on Facebook.
Facebook.com. Yes, /Justice for Dunkin, Dunkin. I also have a blog spot as well. That is at the Justice for Dunkin. .blogspot.com. Again, Dunkin, Dunkin.
Did they apologize for getting your dog killed?
No, absolutely nothing. No apology. And the first thing I did, because I'm an intelligent woman, I started to take pictures. As soon as I was there for 3 hours, Alex, on the side of the road on the 4th of July, screaming.
Yeah, but they showed you who the boss was. They didn't let you whistle for the dog, and that's what matters, is that government's your God. The good news is, in Arizona, they've revolted against the speed cameras. They're now removing them. People are wearing guns openly, and they're saying no to the tyranny. And not all police are like that, but they are very cold, and they need some common sense. And I'll check into your story. I'm sorry to hear that, Rosa. There's her little dog. A tiny little dog. In fact, blow that up for people on screen that are watching on prisonplanet.tv. Let's blow those photos up for people. This is just outrageous.
I've been suffering ever since. And I also have video of you can see our happiness. And he really, truly, I needed nothing with Duncan. I needed him, and he needed me. And they took him, and he would have been 8 years old on October 23rd. And he was, I was looking to move to Arizona, I lived in Arizona for almost 10 years and moved to New York, to Manhattan. And I was looking to reestablish myself there for our sake, for Duncan and my sake. He was my unconditional love. I looked forward to a time when we can go back. And now, Sedona, Arizona, the energy there is no good, and there's no way I'll go back there unless it is for press conferences.
Well, this is heart-rending, and we need police stopping criminals, not out there revenue generating. But again, they're now saying nationwide they're not going to respond to crime, only they're going to raise money. The police are being converted to tax collectors, and good police that ask for help are not being given it. God bless you, Rosa Maria. I'm sorry to have to know that happened to you, and it hurts my heart because I have dogs that I love. I have a Chihuahua and a French Bulldog, and they're members of the family. I appreciate Glenn Spencer holding the last 5 minutes while we finished her story. But I wanted people to be able to have her finish up. Boy, I tell you, that's an amazing story, Glenn.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Glenn, for those that just joined us, you haven't been on in a while, and we appreciate you coming on. Tell folks about your saga, working with Native American tribes, helping folks, being run out of L.A., being in Arizona, and you say things are really heating up there. We've had 17 machine gunned in Mexico just 2 days ago, car bombs going off. 40 people dying trying to come in just in one county at the coroner. I mean, it is really disintegrating, and Mexico is disintegrating.
Well, we know why it is. We've been trying to tell the people why it is. We know what started it. We know what caused the drug war to start in Mexico. We know why there was violence. We know why people are dying in the desert without being saved. But, of course, it's only people like you who will give us a platform to explain to the people what's going on.
Well, you've got drones up. We're putting up some photos you took from drones of just the hundreds of thousands of illegals pouring across. What do they estimate in Arizona alone a year? What is it, 500,000 illegals come across?
Well, probably, yeah. That's the total estimate of the number who actually get past Border Patrol and enter the United States through Arizona illegally. Nobody really knows because they don't want to know. They don't want the people to know what's going on. But what we've been doing for the last 4.5 years is flying the border from the Gulf of Mexico right along the border, 500 feet, videotaping every inch, taking hundreds and thousands of photographs, and plotting where the fence went in. But the important thing we learned, and we didn't know it when we were doing it, we didn't realize that the unintended result would be that we could then start relating, as the fence went in, what happened. I used to fly along the border near Yuma, Arizona, and there is a Goldwater bombing range there that runs right along the border. And you can't fly over it because it has a restricted airspace that goes up to 80,000 feet. I made a special arrangement with the FAA to allow me to fly in Mexico along the border. I don't think anybody had ever thought of that. So we were able to get, starting 4 years ago, detailed records of what that border looked like. When we started out, that Goldwater bombing range was one of the biggest drug smuggling corridors in the United States, if not the largest. We have documented evidence, thousands and thousands of tire tracks running right off of Mexican Highway 2 up to Interstate 8. Now, what happened? Because of the pressure that was put on them, they started building a fence in 2006, 2005, across that smuggling corridor, and they plugged it. They also plugged one between Yuma and Calexico, where all those sand dunes are. You see all the dune buggies out there? At night, those dune buggies are usually loaded with drugs. That's now been plugged. Around Douglas and where I live now, they've plugged the drug corridor. But what I wondered, I said, look, this has had to have an impact. And this is available on our site, AmericanBorderPatrol.com. You scroll down there, and you'll see something that says, the fence and the Mexican drug war. You take a look at that. And when you walk away, you will realize that it was the fence and vehicle barriers that started the Mexican drug war. That's what triggered it. You had the Sinaloa cartel have a major part of its smuggling corridor cut off, and they went to war with the Gulf cartels and some of the others for access. And they're still fighting over it. And it's getting worse. And what we're arguing is, look, this is what started it. If you finish the fence, you would end it.
Well, that's common sense, and I do think it's a major contributing factor. You also have the government of Mexico cracking down on the cartels, I guess, to control the money to launder, and that also...
Why would a government crackdown on the cartels cause them to start killing each other? It doesn't make any sense. I've studied this for a year and a half, and if you look at all of the reports now that have been coming in for the last 2 years, they're fighting over access to drug smuggling corridors. No,
that's admitted. I think it's one of the main contributing factors. I'm not disagreeing with you. Well, when we talked to you yesterday about getting you on the show, you said things are really about to blow up. We're going to come back from break. I want to get into that with you, and then also talk about the ranchers that have been murdered, the homes that have been burned down, everything that's happening in Arizona, and the federal response to come in and sue the state for the state simply saying, if we stop somebody from drunk driving and they're an illegal alien, we're going to go ahead and arrest them. And the feds are saying no, but they're also saying they're going to protect the sanctuary cities and not go after them. Glenn Spencer is our guest, and he's been on the front lines for many years. We'll get his bird's eye view on things straight ahead.
Global meltdowns, massive unemployment, endless wars, a new currency crisis, financially and morally bankrupt. A great and terrible storm is approaching. So what's the best way to get ready? To get prepared for hard times ahead? Introducing Off the Grid News, a weekly newsletter for independent patriots who want practical advice on how to survive and prosper in an increasingly dangerous world. It's the best way to get a black belt in emergency preparedness, survival skills, and off-the-grid living. Off the Grid News is fiercely independent, all about self-reliance, and packed with helpful information on survival gardening, food preparation, alternative energy, herbal medicines, privacy and security, as well as God, gold, and guns, with absolutely no apologies. And the best part? This $100 a year service is now free of charge for our listeners. That's right, free for our listeners who sign up at offthegridnews.com. That's offthegridnews.com. You can sign up for free at offthegridnews.com. Offthegridnews.com.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship, body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan.
The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
What started as an idea to provide power for a small hunting cabin has grown into a passion for creating an alternative energy source that's both affordable and reliable. At Wind Blue Power, our goal is to provide you with the best selection of parts and accessories to power your own ideas. Whether you're building a wind generator from scratch or you prefer a complete bolt-together kit, we've got you covered with fast worldwide shipping and impeccable customer service. Visit us at windbluepower.com. Think green, go blue at Wind Blue Power.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800